Hi, Corey Gorkrest here from FANTASM Podcast, and while my 1958 Plymouth Fury goes on a killing spree, I make sure she's protected. That's why I chose CarShield. With over 1 million vehicles covered and providing outstanding services like roadside assistance
Thanks for the ride, lady!
and flexible payment plans, you must already be dead not to make the switch. You could be saving thousands of dollars today in future car repairs. So call CarShield or go online at carshield.com for a free quote. And make sure you use the Phantasm exclusive promo code STAYHORNY to get 10% off that quote. So switch to CarShield today.
Phantasm.
I'm a dude. I'm a dude. I'm a dude. These are dudes I'm talking about. He's a dude. Because they're fucking kooks. I've gotten my whole life. They're fucking kooks. Fucking maggots. I'm a dude. I'm a dude. He's a dude.
This is Corey Gorkrest.
Hi, this is Dr. Vincent West.
And welcome to Phantasm Podcast.
It's our Memorial Day edition. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. It's been a little while. This is fun. We're still alive out there. Going into the summer here, but we're going way down in the sea, which is your favorite place. We got the
We are.
TriStar logo and the Karoko logo, which is nice to see as well. Doctor, what film do we have, courtesy of our friends at Amazon Prime?
We are watching DeepStar Six.
At unimaginable depths, where no form of life we know could possibly exist, a startling discovery is about to be made.
Sonar contact. Down here?
I think we're in big trouble, boss. Not all aliens come from space. DeepStar 6, rated R. Starts Friday at a theater near you.
1989. Sean S. Cunningham's the director on this one. Actually, I've never seen this, so this is going to be cool. Mario Kazar wrote this film. He produced some of my favorite movies, which the first three Rambo films he did. Terminator,
Fucking A, dude.
Terminator 2.
That's my jam.
Yep, Total Recall, which is one of my all-time favorites. That's what the Karoko logo reminds me of that as well. Basic Instinct, Jacob's Ladder, Showgirls, the Stargate movie, The Doors, Angel Heart. I mean, dude's a legend. He's done a lot of stuff, and he's the Karoko Pictures dude. So it's awesome. So yeah, he produced this with Sean S. Cunningham himself, and
This is back in the 80s when they made big budget films like they were nothing.
yeah, they just threw money at everything.
No CGI. We've got all practical effects and real underwater sharks. I don't know about you, this kind of harkens me back to Jaws. I've been in a Jaws movie. Every time it gets around Memorial Day or 4th of July, I'm Jaws mode, 110%.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. There's a big fucker right there. DeepStar 6 is an experimental deep-sea U.S. naval facility crewed by a mix of 11 military and civilians. Now on the final week of their tour, the project is headed by John Van Gelder, which is played by Marius Weyers, who was in, I think he was in Blood Diamond, if I'm not mistaken. In order to test underwater colonization methods while overseeing the installation of a new nuclear missile storage platform. Already nearing his deadline, Van Gelder's plans are threatened when geologist Burkiaga, I'm probably butchering that wrong, played by Elia Baskin. I don't know, she was in those Spider-Man movies with Tobey Maguire, pretty sure. She discovers a massive cavern system under the site. Van Gelder orders to use orders the use of depth charges to collapse the cavern to the dismay of Dr. Scarpelli, which is played by Nia Peoples. Don't know who that is. Who wants to study the potentially primordial ecosystem inside. And then it just goes on from there. Basically a sea monster movie. Spoiler alert, so if you haven't seen it, I haven't seen this, but heard a lot of good things about it. It's always been on my radar, just never delved into it and checked it out. So excited for this.
And we've got some controversy with this too, because when I was growing up, this came out, and so did Leviathan.
Yeah, and then also
I never really knew which was the original platform.
And then
they're different movies, but
The Abyss came out. The Abyss came out the same year.
Well, The Abyss is totally different than this and Leviathan.
Right, but they're the same kind of like theme.
No, it is, but this and Leviathan are literally very similar films. Although I don't know that this movie's body horror. Maybe it is, but I don't remember.
Right.
I seriously have not watched this movie in years.
It looks like a good one.
Kino Lorber put a Blu-ray out of this if you kids are interested in owning this film.
Nice.
It's been out for a year or two, I think. But, yeah.
Let's look at some...
I like Leviathan a lot. Richard Crenna, Peter Weller. Good movie.
Let's see.
But I like this movie, too.
Do some trivia here, courtesy of IMDb. We can look at the filming location first for this, before we go into that. It's filmed in Los Angeles. Budget of $8 million. It grossed about that in U.S. and Canada. It made about $143,000, roughly. Total, so didn't do terrible, but it definitely didn't do well. Let's see here. Trivia. Writer Louis Abernathy sold his script at the same time that friend James Cameron was working on his own underwater monster saga. Despite Cameron's asking that he delay this movie to avoid competing with The Abyss, Abernathy went ahead and was thereby deemed persona non grata with Cameron and associates until they patched together their friendship when Abernathy accompanied Cameron on the September 1995 filming of the wreck of the Titanic for Titanic in 1997, but not any actual dives to the wreck itself. Interesting there. Kane Hodder, famously plays Jason Voorhees, was the stunt coordinator for this film.
I did not know that.
It's pretty awesome. The film was first released in January 1989 as the first of 4 underwater creature movies, which included Leviathan, The Abyss, and Lords of the Deep, all in 1989. Originally, Robert Harmon was going to direct the film. However, when he left, Sean S. Cunningham stepped in to direct the film with a budget of $8 million. The creature was initially designed by Chris Wallace, who then turned his production designs over to effects head Mark Sjostrom. Sjostrom made slight alterations and changed the creature's color scheme. Interesting. Producer Sean S. Cunningham developed the idea in 1987 with the express purpose of being the first release on the slate of upcoming underwater action sci-fi films. So he was like trying to start a trend, and I guess everyone had the same idea, and they all just...
So this movie is original, then Leviathan's a rip of this.
Yeah. Oh, there's the dude.
There's your boy.
Yeah, from RoboCop. Fuck yeah. He's like, man, fuck Jones. Or on the
Lee.
Yeah, on the edited version, it's, man, forget Jones. You're one bad motherfucker. That's awesome. Yeah, that's Bitches Leave. That's exactly who that is.
But I've got to be honest with everybody out there listening right now. I have not watched this since I saw it at the theater. Or maybe on video cassette after it came out. But the moral of where I'm going with this is I can't remember if this movie is body horror or is it a creature feature. Because Leviathan is straight up body horror.
Yeah, it is. It's good.
I mean, it is, but it's Taco Rancho. It's not really my thing.
This is the third film directed.
Basically, what I'm telling you guys out there, if you're listening for the first time, I'm just not into body horror, but I do like these movies because they're terrifying to me.
Yeah.
As a kid, so.
Let's see.
You can tell this had a big budget at the time, though.
Yeah.
See, my thing is, I've never really talked about this on the podcast, but I want to talk with you about it right now, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Just real quick, I would love for you and I to shoot something with this exact type of film grain and equipment.
Oh, absolutely. It'd be fucking nuts.
I mean, I would want it to look like 90s big budget, not 2020 big budget.
Oh, yeah, of course. It's too vibrant now. I like the grit in there, you know, adds to the mood, and it's just something about it adds like character to the film itself. Like,
well,
it
there's
sounds
practical effects in it. It's not a bunch of CGI.
right. This is
And look, CGI has its place. I'm not trying to say it doesn't, but I'm just saying, you know.
yeah. No, I got you. This is the third film directed by Sean S. Cunningham to feature actor Ron Carroll in a role after Friday the 13th and Spring Break. Now, Ron Carroll is the guy at the end of the first Friday movie, which I think we just saw him walk out of the ship here, actually, where he's like, "We didn't find any boy." That's who that is. So, the police officer at the end of the first Friday the 13th.
That's him right there?
No, he was... I saw him walk out, though, a second ago.
So you'll have to tell me which one he is.
Yeah, we'll find him. He's just walked off the set. I don't know where he went. DeepStar Six was poorly received by critics and audience members when it was released. Don't care about that. Let's see. Yeah, Miguel Ferrer is bitches leave. Let's see who that is. And is Snyder in the film?
Hey, which one is the guy you're talking about?
Ron Carroll? Oh no, he's not. He hasn't been in the scene in a minute. Guys, I was reading that.
Water shot right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We should be on the same scenes here.
We're trying to make sure we're synced up. Now it's showing a dude working on a computer.
Yep, that would be Torian Block, I believe, which is Laidlaw in the film. He was in Rocky 2. He was a lawyer in Rocky 2. He's in some other stuff.
And of course, this scene is very reminiscent of Alien right now.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of Alien vibes off this, especially that it looks like, what's his name, William Hurt's about to show up and start freaking out.
Well, what I wanted to say real quick, too, is, you know, people can say what they want about Ridley Scott, but for me personally, I mean, Blade Runner is my favorite thing he ever did besides The Duelist. The Duelist is a movie, his very first film, and I love that movie.
It's good.
But Alien, even though I have trouble watching those movies because I think they're Taco Rancho,
Right.
they're not that they're bad movies, they're just Taco Rancho, if that makes sense. But the moral of where I'm going with this is, you still have to give him the groundbreaking set design of the first Alien picture.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Because it, just like this scene right here, this is very claustrophobic, just like it made you feel when you were watching Alien.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, Nia Peebles right there was in one of my favorite movies called North Shore.
Okay.
I highly recommend that movie for you guys. He made the last 80s. So you had Rad, which is the BMX bikes, Thrashing, which everybody knows I love. That's a great skateboarding movie. And the surfing equal of all of those films is called North Shore.
Hmm.
It's really good. It's a good movie. And that's where I know Mia Peebles from. Or Mia Peebles, whatever her fucking name is.
Yeah. Was it Elia Bass?
So where's that guy from Friday 13th? I'm still not seeing him.
Like I said, he walked out of the ship thing. That might have been all he was in. I don't know. He walked off and that was it. I haven't seen him since.
You know what's weird? I have a confession to tell you about. I saw the first Friday the 13th at the theater, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because I love the sequels, but I've kind of come around. I think the reason that I like 2 so much is because it has the vibe of the first film, but it's still a slasher with Jason.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
And to me, Friday the 13th are summer movies. They're not Halloween.
Yeah, I watch them all year round. I don't limit it to Halloween at all.
Right. I've never felt like it's Halloween, I need to put in blah, blah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, some people don't watch horror movies at all unless it's around that time, and I get that, but, I mean, you and I do, of course. But
I mean, if you look at most of the release dates on stuff, they were like spring and summer and shit.
Well, yeah, summer camp, I don't think of the fall where it's cold,
Right.
You're in fucking, it's time to go to summer camp, kids.
But I think that's why he's so appealing to so many people, because he's not pigeonholed into, he's not a Christmas killer, he's not a holiday killer, he's just a killer.
I think who we just saw was old Tom Bray, who was Etchinson in Prince of Darkness, and he was also Ben in The Prowler.
No shit.
Yeah.
Wait, which one is he?
Well, I'll show him. Here's the... Let's see. Let's see where he's at. There's Bitches Leave.
There's my North Shore chick.
That's Mia Peebles. He was just on the screen a second ago.
So you're actually saying The Prowler is in this movie?
I believe so. Is his name Ben?
That's fucking awesome.
Is Ben the Prowler? He plays Ben in The Prowler.
No, then that's not. No, it's not. He's not the Prowler.
But he is in the film.
Is that one right there?
He's the guy with, like, the gray jacket. No, not the old guy. The guy with the jacket. You'll see him again. That is Marius Wayers. That's who that is. That's the guy from Blood Diamond.
The guy with the mustache?
Yeah. The guy from Blood Diamond.
What else has he been in?
I know he's in Blood Diamond. Let me look up his stuff here. Well, he's been in a ton of shit. I'm going to go down to the bottom here, because I know I've seen him in other stuff. Let's see. Looks like a bunch of foreign films he's done.
Huh?
He's done like a bunch of foreign stuff. DeepStar 6 was his first notable one that I know. He was on an episode of Golden Girls. Just not seeing really anything else. Catch a Fire, Blood Diamond. Yeah, I don't really see anything else like super notable that I would recognize him in, but he looks really familiar outside.
He kind of looks like John Carpenter.
A little bit.
Does.
Yeah, he does.
He favors him.
Let's see. Yeah, Tom Bray was that other guy. You'll see him here in a minute. Every time I'm like, look, there they are, then they don't show up again in the whole rest of the fucking film, and I look like an idiot, so.
No, you're good, man.
The pictures of them, you can't tell who's who, because they're older now, so I'm trying to, make sure that it is who it is. I don't think that was him, actually. I think that was, Greg Evigan. That's who that looks like. Maybe not. I don't know. McBride. Or might be who that was. I might not have even seen Tom Bray yet. I mean, there should be the whole crew right here. I mean, in the film, like right now, I don't think there's a lot of other characters that are going to be introduced. I mean, they're going under fucking water.
The Thing is very claustrophobic too. Carpenter's Thing.
Yes.
I mean, you think a lot of this stuff, I guess it all kind of harkens back to Alien and The Thing. I mean, you could argue that even John stole from Ridley for The Thing because it's so claustrophobic.
Yeah. Kubrick.
Don't get me wrong, the thing looks and feels totally different than Alien, but
Yeah, and even Kubrick was good with claustrophobia with a lot of his scenes. And
oh, sure, man. It's just badass. Which we're on an anniversary. The Shining was released a couple days ago, back in '80.
Yeah.
22nd, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
So this past Saturday. So.
Well, if you want, we can cue up the Chuck and do the altering the future.
Yeah, you go ahead and kick it off, and I'll go check on my phone real quick.
Sounds good. Well, go ahead there, Chuck.
Altering the future!
Alright, so Altering the Future, if this is somehow your first time tuning into Phantasm, welcome. And Altering the Future is where we take you back to the year that the feature film we are currently watching here. So this would be 1989, and we're just going to go over the other movies that came out in 1989. We'll, of course, omit the likes of the other underwater sci-fi horror films like Leviathan and Lords of the Deep and The Abyss, because we've already mentioned those. So when those come up, then I will just skip them. But I always cover the movies, and the Doctor will cover the music of that, and sometimes porn, and sometimes other things. So usually we try to keep it just movies and music of the year that the film came out. Kind of gives you an idea of what else was going on around this time, media-wise. That way you can just be like, oh, that was a good year, or maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was a shitty year. Usually there's some good stuff. See, that guy, that's either McBride right there, or that's the Tom Bray guy. I think that might actually be McBride and not Tom Bray. But I can't tell based on the pictures I have. And I don't know a lot of these actors myself, so some of them I do. Trying to see if there's going to be some Iraq shot here, but I'm not sure. There was a nude chick in a shower with a fully clothed dude making out, so... Okay, and that's it. We got some excavation going on, and we're good. So, 1989, we'll kick it off with Tim Burton's Batman. Still probably it's my second favorite Batman film. Michael Keaton, I still think, is the best Batman. Bruce Wayne combo, and then Jack Nicholson, still my favorite Joker. Love it. Love the sequel as well. Weekend at Bernie's. Can't go without that movie. It's hilarious. It's a staple of late 90s comedy films. It's just aged super well too. It's just a really good movie. Highly recommend if you've never seen it. Field of Dreams, Kevin Costner. Liked it as a kid. Doctor, your boy's back on screen. Old Ron Carroll. Hold
on, you're about to get some comedy. You ready?
Whenever you return, old Ron Carroll's on the screen now. The
Hello.
Dude at the end of Friday the 13th. He's right there in the red.
You do. My name is Vincent. I have people calling for that John guy all the time. You've got the wrong number.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's not me. I have people calling for that guy all the time. This number's been mine for over 3 months.
Oh, thank you, hon.
That's right, kids. That's how Dr. West handles people's bullshit.
Did you see your boy Ron Carroll?
I have been getting calls for that cocksucker for fucking 3 months. 3 months. And I'm sorry I did that during the podcast, but I thought it would be kind of funny.
That is fucking hilarious. Do you see your boy Ron Carroll on the screen?
Yeah.
He's got the green shirt. That's who that is. We didn't find any boy. That's who that is. Okay. So on Field of Dreams. Liked it as a kid. For me, that movie's not really that entertaining now. It's too long. But, it's alright. It's not a bad film. And I think Tom Bray is that guy with the beard. Pretty sure that's who that is. That has to be him. Roadhouse, one of the best movies ever made. Patrick Swayze, it's fantastic.
Oh, good.
Also has Sam Elliott and kicks ass. It's a really good movie. Say Anything with John Cusack. It's okay. It's a classic film. Is it? You know, am I going to put a gun to your head and tell you to go buy it and have it in your collection? No, but it's a good movie. See No Evil, Hear No Evil, one of the Richard Pryor, Gene Wilder movies. It's hilarious. I prefer Stir Crazy.
It's on here right now, streaming too on Amazon.
It is. I prefer Stir Crazy of those, but it's still really funny, and I love it. Major League, awesome fucking movie. It's just a baseball movie with Tom Berenger, Charlie Sheen.
It's really good.
Corbin Burnson, who I met, which is also the dentist, and he's
Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, and Corbin Burnson was the reason Wesley Snipes. Corbin Burnson is the reason I stopped going to the dentist for a long, long time, and I told him that when I met him. It was really cool. He was a nice guy.
Allstate guy's in that movie too.
He is. The Burbs, Tom Hanks, classic.
One of my favorite movies ever made.
It's really good. It's fucking hilarious. Let's see, Puppet Master. So, you know, the first few of them are pretty. Some of those films are alright.
I can't do those movies. I've tried.
Yeah, there's a couple of them that are okay. The first one is alright. It's just, you know, it's goofy, but it's not terrible. At least the first couple. Uncle Buck.
Sorry about the call thing. I'm trying to interrupt you there. I'm sorry for our guests.
No, that's funny. It was a good little.
I'm tired of these motherfuckers contacting me. They wake me up, they text me, and I'm like, you have the wrong fucking number.
Yeah, I used to get that a lot with this number at first.
Here's the problem. I can change my number like I've done 1,000,000 times, which is an inside joke between me and Corey, and anyone listening that knows me, but I'm tired of giving up something that I'm paying for because somebody's a dipshit.
Right. Well, if they have like debt and all that stuff, then people aren't going to know their numbers changed.
Oh, it's worse than that, man. This guy's like a deadbeat dad. I've got people calling me from Idaho about his kids.
It's weird.
It's stupid.
Uncle Buck, John Candy.
Love it. Good.
It's hilarious. Kickboxer, Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Love it.
What else we got? Find some good ones. Tango and Cash.
Yeah, that is the sheriff. You're right.
Mm-hmm. Tango and Cash with Stallone and Kurt Russell. Let's see. Steel Magnolias. Got
Mom used to love it.
Born on the 4th of July.
That's a hard movie to watch with Tom Cruise.
It is a hard movie to watch, yeah. Look Who's Talking, which I loved as a kid. That's John Travolta and Kirstie Alley.
Yep.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Great movie.
Got Harlem Nights with Eddie Murphy.
Real quick on the Bill and Ted thing,
Richard Pryor.
Corey and I are not Wayne's World. We're not Bill and Ted. If you want to say we're anybody, we're Cheech and Chong, just without the pot.
Yeah, or D-Generation X, the original.
We are.
Dead Poet Society.
Let me tell you something real quick. That's a great Robin Williams movie.
It is good. It's really good.
He's really good in that.
It's got Ethan Hawke's good in it, too.
No, look, it's got a great casting. I'm just saying he's really, really good in that movie.
Here is a Dr. West classic. The Wizard.
Okay. Love it.
Fred Savage.
It's all about Nintendo, kids. So good.
Here is a Corey Gorkreitz classic, Cyborg.
Okay. I love that one too, man. That's Van Damme. Love it.
That and Time Cop are my two favorites of his.
Those are so good.
Blind Fury with Rutger Hauer. Rest in peace,
Just
sir.
watched that actually about a week ago. It's on Amazon Prime too, kids, if you want to watch it.
It's good. Karate Kid Part 3.
Love it.
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
It's good.
It is. It's okay. Lethal Weapon 2. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Great movie.
Shout out to my boy, Rick Moranis. And another shout out here, License to Kill. Old T-Dalt, baby.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
All right.
I gotta say, I prefer Living Daylights, though, between the two.
Yeah, me too. It's the more violent one. We'll do some
Although
horror
if
movies.
you guys watch License to Kill, you will see a very young Benicio del Toro in that movie.
Yes. It's good. It's good. Fletch Lives.
Love it.
Let's see if there's anything else in here. Little Monsters.
I love it. I've got that. That's a really good movie. Vestron put that out last year. It's really good.
It did. Got Driving Miss Daisy. Is that?
It's a good movie.
That's a different movie. Toxic Avenger Part 2.
Love it.
What's the other one? Before I get into horror movies, there's one more. Oh, yeah. It's Biff Tannen. It's Back to the Future Part 2.
Which is probably our favorite film, or at least one of our favorites of that year.
For sure.
We have an inside joke between Corey and I about Biff Tannen, so.
We do. The Return of Swamp Thing. Now we're going to get into some of the
really
good stuff
bad,
here.
but it's fun.
It is. We got Warlock.
Love it.
Which, shout out to Nuclear Assault. We got Meet the Feebles, which is a fucking bizarre-ass movie. That's that Peter Jackson.
The Peter Jackson thing?
Yeah, it's fucking wild.
Yeah, that movie's insane.
All Dogs Go to Heaven. That's a super wubby of mine.
Okay, that's a good one.
Kiki's Delivery Service and The Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid, I like a lot.
It's good. It's good shit. All right, Terror Within. We got Shocking Dark.
Shocking Dark is actually a really good film.
It is. And I have it. Bride of Reanimator.
That's a great movie.
The Trial of the Incredible Hulk.
It's awful, but I love it.
Yeah. Star Trek V, The Final Frontier.
Everyone hates that film. I love it.
We got
Is it the best Star Trek movie? No, but I still enjoy it.
Right. Amityville, The Evil Escapes. It's one of those sequel turds that suck. The second one's
You
good.
know, is that the thing that not to keep holding you up, but is that the thing Vinegar Syndrome put out in that box set that was $1 million?
Yeah.
See, Wheelchair Fucker likes those. I can't get into them.
No, they're bad. They're, like, notoriously bad. Pet Cemetery.
Love it.
Got Friday, Nightmare on Elm
Isn't that weird? I've gotten where I love that movie.
No, it's good. It's scary as fuck, honestly. It's one of the few movies that's
Dude, the
scary.
Ramones song is fabulous.
Oh, yeah. Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child.
It's kind of bad, but it's kind of fun.
Yeah, those movies are okay. Let's see, we got Death Spa.
Love it.
We got Shocker.
Death Spa with our boy. Give
Yep.
him a shout out. Kenneth Foray.
That's right. I always forget he's in that. Shocker, which we've done. Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, which grown to be one of my...
Love that. We will defend that till we die here on Fantastic.
It's grown to be one of my favorites of all time. Sleepaway Camp 3, The Horror Show, Intruder,
Love that movie.
Silent Night, Deadly Night 3, Halloween 5, The Return of Michael Myers.
Is it 4 that I like or 5? Maybe it's 5 that I like.
Um,
I love 6, but between 4 and 5, I like one more than the other.
4. Well, 4. Yeah, 5 is the one where she's having like seizures and shit. 5 is the one I like out of the Daniel Harris one.
Okay, then I guess it is 5.
Yeah, 5 is the one I really like. 4 is the one. The first Daniel
6
Harris.
is my jam.
Oh yeah, Tommy Doyle. What else? I saw something else here. Chud 2.
Love it.
I'm gonna go with
Comedy, a lot of people hate on it because it's not like the first one, but it's really funny.
Well, I am going to name my last 2 films. They're some of my favorites of all time. From '89. And that is Black Rain. We were just talking about Ridley Scott.
You do love that film.
That's one of my favorite films. I don't know why. I've just always loved it. It's my favorite Michael Douglas thing. It's just good.
Can I tell you a weird story about that movie before you continue?
Yeah.
At the theater, I got jacked off during that film.
You have a lot of theater
I did.
off stories.
No, I mean, I really did. I got fucking whacked during that.
Now, ladies, if you ever want to take Dr. West out on a date, just be sure that you reach in his pants about 5 minutes after the movie starts so you can get into the mood, and then just kind of edge your hand over towards that area. And if he has a thing of popcorn, just move it out of the way, and he'll know what you're doing.
I won't have popcorn. I'm allergic to it. You'll have to whack it raw with no popcorn.
You do the raw theater whack.
You can empty my backed up COVID bag.
So, the last film, my favorite of 1989, one of my favorites of all time. Honestly, the only, I don't know, like as far as the sequel and original and stuff, I've always been more to this film because I watched it more when I was younger than the first film. And a lot of people really don't like the sequel. But to me, growing up, it was always my favorite. But as I got older, the first one was always more my favorite. Ghostbusters 2.
You do love that film.
It's amazing. And everyone hates on it. I mean, Bill Murray even hates it because it didn't really have a lot of room to do the improv of the character, and there was a lot to it that none of them really liked, and it didn't do as well. And I think the film's awesome for what it is, and anything where you can throw that cast back into a film for the whole film is awesome. And I love Vigo. A lot of people didn't like Vigo, and I thought he was really cool. But no, it's a great movie, And I loved it. That was like my favorite film as a kid, period, was that movie. Over the first one for a while. Until I got like 5 years old and I watched one again as I was older, and that became my favorite, obviously. But
of course.
The second one I loved a lot, because you figure it came out a lot closer to when I was born. So that came out in 89, I was born in 90, so home release for the second one, I had the second one when I was like 1 and 2 and 3 years old. So that's the one I really watched more than the first one. And I had Ghostbusters 2 matching jammies. I had the T-shirt with the logo on it and the jammies. So it was good shit. That was my jam, and it still is. Always will be.
Right.
But yeah, that'll end the movie portion of our Altering the Future, and we will move on to music.
And folks, we'll be right back. We've got an ad from our sponsor.
Thank you for calling Carshield. This is the Ninja Boy. How may I help you? I'm still at home with Carshield. Nice Richie. Woo! People say Rick, you're on world champ. What brought you here? I say Carshield administrators help save customers over $1 billion. And like Rick, I'm saving money. Cars, no farmer. Woo!
Jesus Christ.
I want to thank our folks at CarShield for that glorious ad there. We'll have
more
of this later during this.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to reach out to CarShield about sponsoring our podcast. As many times as we've ran their fucking ads on here. And be like, this is Corey Gorechrist of Phantasm Podcast. We're here to talk about CarShield. It'd be so funny. I mean, they would actually throw us some dough for fucking plugging them on here. Because a lot of people sponsor like some bullshit like Folgers or some kind of coffee company or like some local thing. It's like, I actually want to throw CarShield a bone. We've thrown them a lot of bones on here.
We have.
And I would love for them to throw us some fucking cheddar for promoting their fucking CarShield shit. Maybe then we can finally get Ernie Hudson on here and be like, yeah, CarShield, how about hooking us up? And then, or get us Nature Boy, We love to have Nate on.
Right.
So yeah, CarShield, if you're listening.
From 89.
Yeah, music from 89. Sponsored by CarShield.
Yeah, and we'll have another ad here in a minute. Dark Angel Leaf Scars.
Just hit an anniversary, I believe. Love it.
The debut album from Dangerous Toys. Blind Guardian's Follow the Blonde. Piece of Time from Atheist.
Love it.
And this may surprise people up there, but I was always a big fan of this band. And this album was in an anniversary thing last year. The debut album from Skid Row. Love it.
Oh, yeah.
Eat the Heat from a set. Let's see here. The Cult's Sonic Temple. Amazing album. I got to see them on that tour, open for Metallica, touring in Justice for All.
Good shit.
Severed Survival from Autopsy.
It's great.
Alice Cooper's Trash.
Love it.
Handle with Care from Nuclear Assault.
Favorite Nuclear.
Consuming Impulse from Pestilence.
Shout out to our boy Martin and to Patrick.
This is for Corey Gorecross because he was just in Seattle, but no joking around, I actually do love this album. It's my favorite album they ever did. Soundgarden's Louder Than Love.
It's great. It's a great album.
Repulsion Horrified. Symphonies of Sickness from Carcass. The Mind is a Terrible Thing to Taste from Ministry. Fabulous Disaster from Exodus. The most underrated and most overlooked Black Sabbath album, The Headless Cross.
Highly agree.
No More Color from Corner. Alice in Hell from Annihilator.
Love it.
Extreme Aggression from Creator.
Oh,
Realm of Chaos from Bolt Thrower. Agent Orange from Sodom.
amazing.
The Headless Children from Wasp. Blessing in Disguise from Metal Church. Years of Decay from Overkill. World Downfall from Terrorizer. Slowly We Rot from Obituary. The Real Thing from Faith No More. Altars of Madness from Morbid Angel. Beneath the Remains from Sepultura. Nothing Face from Voivod. Practice What You Preach from Testament. God Flesh's Street Cleaner.
Oh,
And last, but definitely not least, Corey and I share this record. We love it. Conspiracy from King Diamond.
absolutely. It's so good, man. It's heavy as fuck too for his stuff. Like, it's probably his heaviest album.
I like the mood of that album.
It's just good, man. It really is. I've always liked that album. I love Sleepless Nights.
I enjoy it. I think it's really good. Anyway, back to our sponsors here at Car Shield.
Tonight, Paperboy Ric Flair and Car Shield team up against the expensive Car Repair Brothers for the championship belt. Woo! Let me go on record and say, take your boy Car Shield will eliminate expensive car repairs when you're the greatest alive, the heavyweight champion, and if Car Shield is your partner, you can't lose. Woo! Expensive car repairs? Ric Flair and Car Shield are coming for you. Woo! Car Shield cars go fast. Call 800-579-6554.
Thank you, Car Shield, and thank you, Nate.
And that is all for our visit with Chuck Schuldner and our visit to the past in 1989 in our time machine here on Phantasm.
Hope you all enjoyed the ride, and welcome back to 2021. Hopefully it's a better year for you than last year was. We look like we're getting closer to bands performing this summer, so things are getting back to normal for some of our dear friends in metal and bands and stuff, and they can go back to doing their thing and not sitting at their house, which, you know, I'm sure a lot of them were cool with the downtime to write a lot of music. Maybe they didn't do shit. I mean, who knows? But I know for a lot of people in music, it was probably really hard. You can't go, you release these albums a year ago and you still don't know if you're going to be able to play them or not. You know, it's kind of shitty, and
Right.
you lose a lot of money in the process, and hopefully a lot of them stayed afloat and can keep going. A lot of shows got announced for the summer. You know, we'll see how all this works out, if people are going to flock to these things right away or they're going to be weary about traveling still. I mean,
Right.
honestly, travel wasn't that bad when I went to Seattle a couple weeks ago, and it was actually, you know, it was okay. It was normal. Does it still feel normal? No, it definitely feels different to do anything at this point. Like, even go out some places.
He's being modest, folks. Corey had traveled out there with his contemporary country jazz fusion folk band Rumpelstiltskin, and they played a few shows.
We did. We drove all the way to Seattle in a van, Home Alone style, and we just went out there in our polka jackets and performed in these podunk little dives in Seattle, and we made no money. But yeah, am I excited for shows? I don't know. It's still weird to me. I went to like a local kind of benefit thing to meet up with some people, and it was really weird watching bands play. Granted, I didn't like any of the bands playing, but it was weird seeing people perform. It's been so long that it honestly is different. It doesn't feel the same anymore. So if anyone's asked, like me personally, has the landscape kind of changed as far as shows and what it feels like, just for even like a local thing, yeah, it feels very different. It doesn't, I don't know how to describe it, but it feels like a very foreign concept. They're like, well, this is kind of weird. This is people, there's like bands that play shows, like it's weird, so.
Right.
Maybe there's a way out of that. I don't know. This has never happened to this, world before like this. No, not in our time. So it's something we gotta really work towards making it normal, and maybe it won't ever be normal again. I mean, maybe it's just some kind of a weird thing now. I don't know, but yeah. So hopefully things get back on track. People, wear your fucking masks. If you can get vaccinated, do it. If you don't want to just wear your mask at least, and hopefully we'll get back on track sooner than later. And if not, fuck it, we'll just still stay at our house and go out when we can. And
Corey Gorkrist, frontman for folk, Danish, country, jazz artist, Rumpelstiltskin. How you doing today, Corey?
Doing fantastic. We played some podunks down in Seattle when we went Home Alone style in our van all the way to Seattle from Tennessee.
Well, what I was excited to ask you about was your opening act with your friend Brant, called his thrash band called DUI.
Yeah, they didn't make
DRI. That's an actual property, but DUI.
Yeah, they actually didn't make it for obvious reasons. They didn't make the drive all the way up.
Gotcha. Well, that's unfortunate, but
yeah. So we had to kind of play an extended set, and we kind of just improv a lot of it with our jazz, polka fusion, Danish.
And the other thing I wanted to ask you about Rumpelstiltskin, was it weird being one of the headliners at Shit in the Water Festival in Washington State?
It was an okay experience. It was weird just playing in general. There was no porta potties, so I don't know.
Well, I knew. Well, I mean, that was kind of the thing. It's a bunch of, just to kind of tell you guys about this festival, the Shit in the River Festival. It's a bunch of vegans, and they eat a bunch of beans and veggies, and then they have to shit, and everyone goes around nude because it's a nudist colony. Live bands. The bands don't have to perform nude. Corey did, which I think is amazing. And then everyone, when they get done, instead of having sex, they all just shit out the food in the water.
Yeah, it was. Not only was I nude, but I had my head in like a hairnet, my hair, and I had like an Elvis pompadour wig on.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and then I thought about putting a bow tie on my bag, but I didn't. It was too tight on me when I tried to put it on. So full nude with an Elvis wig. So it was pretty fun. But yeah, seeing the people nude didn't really bother me as much. But the people having to go shit during our set was pretty horrific. Some of them were digging little holes, and they didn't even have shovels. They had to use like pocket knives and like weird shit. Their hands. I mean, it was a sight. It was a sight to behold, and I almost just wanted to vomit, and quit. But they paid us a little bit of money, about $50.
Well, the thing that I was most excited about was you had, and this was a pretty incredible guest. You had Tom Savini there, and he had not eaten vegan in a long time. So you all did what is, I believe, is called a month cleanse, and he actually outshit everybody in the water.
He did. He actually didn't have. He actually brought some of his famous masks with him from his wonderful work to shit in. He took the Tales from the Dark. He had the Tales from the Dark Side monster mask, and he took a shit in that. Also, one of the Dawn of the Dead monsters, the zombies, he took a shit in one of those as well, if I'm not mistaken. And also the Corey Taylor mask from the last Slipknot album, he also shit on that one too. So he had some masks with him.
Nate, you're being modest now. You told me that Corey actually was a surprise shitter on Sunday night, and he showed up in crotchless Slipknot attire, jacked off, and then shit in the pond out vegan style.
Well, that was more of a special thing for VIPs. It was like a little VIP area where, he did show up and do that. So it was more like a private thing, so it wasn't really out to the public. But yeah, that did happen. And he actually had a good bit of gib. I thought he was, usually blows his wad a lot on tour and stuff, but I guess it's been a while for everybody. So when he came out, he had a full release when he finally emptied his Slipknot sack.
Well, my favorite thing was you had sent me the audio clip of him going, "If it's big, 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 I better shit."
Yeah, he did. When he shit, when he came, he actually had a little bit run down his leg of like vegan diarrhea. So he like pretty much forced out his shit when he came, and then it just was all over the place from there. He just would not stop shitting. So initially it went on the stage floor, and then he took his own mask off and he shit in it. Just kind of stopped the shit.
I mean, that's why they've always been the kings of extreme nu metal.
Right, and then after he shit in it, it got so bad where he couldn't even hold it in his hands anymore. He just chucked it like a frisbee into the crowd, and people just started to cover themselves with it and dance around. I don't know if they were on drugs or they just wanted any piece of Corey Taylor that they can get, so they just started smearing his own poo and
they enjoyed his feasting
and cum combo from his mask all over their bodies.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, and then some of them started whacking off with the shit. So it was a very insane experience, and I don't know what those people were on. I was just trying to do a gig and make some extra bread, and was it worth it? I honestly don't know how to answer that question. I think I found the seventh layer of hell, and I survived it, so maybe I'm already dead and that happened. I have no idea. But was it a humbling experience? No. Do I have any dignity from doing it? Absolutely not. They should have just called it G.G. Allen Fest, but,
Right.
Murder Junkie
Fest. Well, that's
Fest.
copyright taken, and
right.
And this is more, they're not into just anarchy, they were more into just, being vegan and releasing your bowels in a river, like settlers used to in the 1800s.
Right, and sometimes covering themselves with their own excrement, I guess, because it's natural. I don't know. Not my
One
thing.
other thing I wanted to ask you about, because I thought this was really interesting, was there was a band that performed there called Shit Jam, and their singer, you said, was Irregular Vetter, I believe was his name?
Yeah, Irregular Vetter. So basically, Shit Jam is a very obese, like, biker version of Pearl Jam. But they're all very talentless, much like Pearl Jam is. But these guys are, like, unintentionally bad. They're just terrible musicians. They're like Anal Cunt, but Pearl Jam. Which, in my opinion, both those bands sound the same because they're both awful. But Irregular Vetter, he was actually like the I don't know the term for it. Him and the other dude that formed the band are both a couple, and he's like the more dominant of the two. So. And they have that kind of aesthetic on stage where he kind of carries the little, the guitar player on a chain and stuff like a dog. It's pretty, it's very weird. But the Pearl Jam songs that they do are, they're okay. You can't really tell what they are because it's so bad. But yeah, they were interesting.
Well, the last, and then we'll stop talking about this, but I've got to ask you about the one band that intrigued me the most. It was a Kurt Cobain tribute band called Scat Propane. and I I realized that everybody defecated and they had to defecate in designated areas, but these guys actually defecated, and it was like Rammstein with all the fireworks. So tell us about scat propane.
Well, it was very good, actually. They had a really good stage presence, and their drummer Dave Bowles, he was actually pretty good. Played nude. He actually came out to like a toilet on stage that he was actively shitting in while playing drums, which was pretty good. And then the singer, who was dressed exactly like Kurt Cobain, his guitar was shaped like a shotgun, so it was kind of disturbing, but it was very cool. And he would do a lot of like effects, like War style, with the fireworks, and where he would like actively, like Alice Cooper, blow his own head off on stage several times.
Okay.
So that was exciting, but also very disturbing, and I don't know how these people got booked there. I guess, especially for somewhere like Seattle, it's like, why would you have this joker at some, at a show like this? I thought it would be offensive, but people loved it, and they were dousing themselves in the fake blood and pee. I think that was actual pee, but yeah, they were pretty wild. The fireworks were really good. One of the guys actually got...
And you said there's no chance of us ever getting scat propane on the podcast, is there?
I talked to him about it, and I don't really see it happening, but I did get their contact information. I just don't really, I don't really know. And then the guy that's supposed to be...
Now let me ask you something about that. Now, the guy that manages them, I believe we've dealt with in the past, isn't his name Austin Worthless? Isn't that his name?
Yeah. So this guy...
Austin Worthless? Yeah.
Yeah, Austin Worthless is he usually just deals with like stoner bands and stuff, but then he does all this weird stuff too, like scat propane. So yeah, this guy's a total wiener. He's always trying to get us to do the stoner stuff, which, we'll do certain things like that, but it's just the wonkiest fucking bands that no one's ever heard of. Like, I don't even know how he's heard of it, and he manages these people, so... Yeah, so there's probably no luck just getting through him.
He's useless, so, what are you going to do?
Yeah, so going through him, I don't see it happening that way. That's why I went ahead and got the band's information on some stuff, and then, maybe we'll get lucky with that, but yeah, overall the festival...
Well, I love their record catalog. So their first album is called Screech, and it's got Screech from Saved by the Bell on the cover.
Yeah, that one is good.
And then their second album, which it blew me away, and that's called Never Wipe.
See, my favorite one they've done is called In Puberty. It's pretty good.
Oh, okay. I've not got to hear. I guess you got to hear that before that's been put out.
Yeah, I think that was their recent release, In Puberty, and it's actually like the take of the Motley Crue cover with the, with like the leather jeans, but it's actually got the, it shows like
a brown footlong in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was going to have one more thing, and I'll stop asking you about them. But did they have that unplugged and regular EP?
They did. They did their own unplugged set, actually. So they did 2 full sets where they did their normal catalog, and then they did an unplugged set.
Wait, one more thing. Did they have the Jazzercise Masturbation Size? Did they have that there?
Absolutely. Okay. But the unplugged thing,
cool,
they were, yeah.
Scat Propane is legit.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, just like all the other great bands, they are from Seattle. So
yeah, hell of a show. Very memorable. A lot of naked people covered in poo and semen that were just dancing all around and with their genitalia out.
Now, the first night they played that secret show at that club.
Right.
Well, it was actually a gas station. They played in the toilet, but they played Never Wipe all the way through, didn't they?
They did. They played Never Wipe. It was a fantastic album. In Poo, I love, and Shit Helium. That's a good song too. It's about Jankum. For those of you who don't know Jankum, there's a lot of free Jankum stands at the thing. There was a lot of shit going on at the show. So Jankum is where you defecate into a jar, like a mason jar, and then you put a balloon over it and you let it sit for a while, like a few weeks, to ferment. And then you take the balloon out and you can get high off the poo fumes. So there's a lot of vendors there that had Jankum for sale, and some of them were giving away Jankum balloons. So you can actually just go there and huff shit while you're watching these bands.
Well, let me ask you this. How crazy did the crowd go when they played Never Walk All the Way Through, when they played Smells Like Little Caesars?
It was, that one exploded. I mean, obviously, most of the people there came to the festival just to hear that song, so when they got there, it was a pretty magical moment for them, being a spectator and watching the crowd, with their junk floating around and flabbering, and they're covered in bodily fluids, and it was just an explosive moment.
They teased the new album. Did they play "Wife Me"?
Yes, they did.
Damn.
Yeah, they played pretty much everything you would hope they did. They played a shit covered box too. They played that.
Oh, okay.
Or shit in a box. It's one of those.
I thought it was shit covered crotch, but I haven't.
Shit covered crotch. That might be it. Some of their stuff, it was all a blur to me. Once they started really going at it.
Well, and not to just keep talking about this, but I mean, you told me this is something I'm very excited about to talk with you about. You actually met Dave Stool, the drummer.
Yes, I did.
Man, Dave Stool is an unbelievable drummer.
He is, and especially when he's on that toilet actively shitting and doing vocals and drumming. I mean, he's just a machine, Especially where
you guys have probably heard his other band. He's known for a very popular band because he wears a mask in this band. But his other band is
Poo Throwers.
Gosh. I don't know if we should say this on the podcast. Should I go ahead and say who the other band he's in? I guess I should, shouldn't I? It's Poo Sniffers.
Oh, Poo Sniffers. I thought it was Poo Throwers.
Yeah, Poo Sniffers, which is a huge pop band, but
Yeah. No,
Dave Stool, man. I mean, he is a stool,
I mean, I didn't really respect him until I saw him play Crap Where You Are. Whenever I saw him, it was pretty great. Had him on that toilet.
It's pretty incredible, dude.
It was good. Yeah, overall, good experience. And,
well, I appreciate you sharing with that. I didn't mean to talk so long about it, but I appreciate you doing that.
No, absolutely. We're trying to see now where in the movie we're at. We got this.
I'm a little offended that why didn't they let Tech Noir play? Why weren't we allowed to play your band and mine?
Well, when they asked me about, because they say most of the bands after they play have to go out in the crowd and get covered in shit, and I really didn't want to do that or be nude the whole time. Yeah, so I was kind of like, I took one for the team. I was like, nah, we'll just play and get out of here, because we.
Because if y'all didn't know this, our grindcore band is called Tech Noir, and we've done a lot of stuff. And I guess, is it cool if I go ahead and tell them the name of the new album or EP?
Please, heard it first.
So it's a play on words. One of my favorite Stephen King films, one of Corey's favorite. And it also pokes fun at the whole COVID-19. Not that there's anything funny about people dying. I don't want people to think that. I feel for anybody out there that's had it or had to go through any of this nightmare. But just for fun, because we're a grindcore band, Tech Noir, it's from Terminator. But the new album is called Mascomum Overdrive.
Yeah, it's a concept album, or EP, if you will. And, it was a lot of fun to do, and it was at the heart of COVID when we initially wrote it and recorded it. So, finally getting to release it to everybody and to the public. Very proud of it,
We did get sued for putting Green Goblin on the front of the album cover, so that's a very limited thing if you can find that. It's a 12-inch vinyl, so.
See, now the new cover does have the Green Goblin, but he's mostly covered up with a COVID mask, like one of those medical masks. So that way,
so we didn't get soon.
Yes,
But
we will
if you
get
can find the actual one where I illegally took, and I'm very proud of this, where I illegally took, actual classic 60s John Romita Sr. Green Goblin and actually put it on our EP, but then we got in a lot of trouble. So.
We did. We almost couldn't release the album because of it. It almost had to face a lawsuit and was like, no, we'll fix it. And we were just trying to be, throw a bone, and just didn't really work out that way, so.
The first single, if you guys want to check it out, it's Stephen King Hates You Too. So,
Yeah, it's
really
good stuff.
It clocks in about, 30 seconds, that song?
Yeah. Yeah, it's grindcore, so a lot of songs, we fit a lot onto this EP. That's why I almost feel like it's an album, but a lot of our songs are like 15 to 30 seconds, and, there's a
Corey
couple.
did all the vocals on this one. I didn't do any vocals on this one. I just played drums and bass, and then Corey also did the guitars, so.
Yeah. And Wheelchair Fucker did the keyboard.
Check out Maximum Overdrive from Tech Noir, coming later this year on Sierra Mist Records.
And there was a special keyboard contributions by Wheelchair Fucker on there.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, he did kind of cameo in this, which is pretty cool. Man, this is pretty gnarly on the screen.
It's gory. Dude's like, get me out of here, and they pull him out, and he's just like, they got him like on a fucking, I don't know, he's like hovering with fucking half his body.
So I'm not seeing any body horror in this. I think it's just a straight up monster.
Yep. Well, he is cut in half now, so. Eaten in half. I think that's the first time they realized there was a monster down there.
And let's do a pop version for the Tardy Horse real quick. Chopped in half. Is the blood still from your mouth? There we go.
You're chopped in half. But yeah, he was chopped in half, obituary style. Very bloody, very nice scene. First,
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen any body horror in this. I think it's just an actual monster.
yeah, this is like a creature feature more. Oh shit! Got a tail whip. There, monster's actually coming out of this fucking thing. It is full throttle right now. It looked almost reptilian, kind of. It looked like a giant snake or
Yeah,
something.
it kind of looks like Predator.
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't remember what it looks like. I guess we're going to see here in about, I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, shit's hit the fan. They've already had a couple deaths in the last few minutes, so. There's people all
Bobby,
over
are you
the
going to
place.
call me? Bitches leave.
Yep, bitches leave. Yeah, that was interesting.
So let me ask you something, because I'm trying to recall this for our listeners. So we're at our 5-year anniversary. And
Correct.
Is this the first episode we've done this year?
This year, no.
I can't remember a fucking thing anymore. And I want to apologize to you and our listeners for that.
We are still rolling.
I can't remember a goddamn thing.
I mean, it's been a little while, but
I can't remember shit. I really can't. It's terrible. We went to the beach together. You came down with Wheelchair Fucker. We did that back in February, and we did some stuff then. I don't even think we've ever done anything with that. That's my fault. But, yeah. I couldn't remember the last... I'll tell you this. I can't tell you the last time we did.
I can't either, but it wasn't that long ago. I think it was like maybe...
Are you digging it? I'm feeling it today. I feel good today.
Yeah, this is a good choice, too, by the way. But yeah...
I mean, it's kind of bad, and Leviathan is obviously a superior movie to this, but this
the cast is good. Sean S. Cunningham directed it. It's good stuff. I think it's got...
I like it.
I think it's solid for what it has set up for it. Of course, Laidlaw, I think,
So let's
is
talk
already
about
dead.
this real quick, if it's cool. Tell everybody what we're going to try to do here in the next few months.
Well, we are going to, long story short, we are going to try to venture out to Disney World. Of course, the doctor being in Pensacola, we're just going to go ahead and get him from there and then shoot down to Orlando.
We are.
So it's going to be exciting, and you might see some Phantasm photo ops with Mickey Mouse and Cinderella and Goofy and Donald Duck. It'd just be a really good time. And I've never been there. This would be a birthday trip for me. So hoping to knock that off the bucket list for me, and to finally go to Disney World 31 years later. And just have a blast. We're going to be in Orlando just chilling, but we're going to be in Disney World at least one of those days. Maybe even shoot over to Tampa one of those days as well. So trying to make a good 4 days.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
And the fun thing to share with you guys, we have 3 hotel choices, and we're not sure which we're going to do. We have expensive, kind of nice, and then really not that great.
Right. You have a 2-star, a 3-star, and a 4-star.
At the time is what we're going to be doing. Right now, it's kind of looking towards the bottom of the barrel.
Right. You got 2-star, 3-star, and 4-star. The 2-star being the weed hole, as we call it, because I like to read a lot of reviews for hotels, which we might do later if you want, because we usually do the
I'd love to read some today.
We usually do the restaurant ads, so it'd be cool to actually prepare the folks listening out there for our trip and see which ones you think we should book based on reviews. And I will go back to 2017 for reviews on hotels, because I do not want, and granted, I know some of them go through renovation and they actually turn out to be nice later on, and things get renovated and turn out nicer in a few years. So I read far back, and then I go back up. I'm like, okay, well, it seems fine. And you got to figure a lot of people are very nitpicky about continental breakfast and how the beds feel. It's like, look, I can just go to sleep. That's all I'm really worried about in a hotel room, is that it's somewhere that I can sleep, and drink beer and not get bed bugs. So,
yeah, the bed bug thing is, man, I tell you, with hotels, you talk about something to me that's scarier than the coronavirus. It's that.
And for those of you who don't know how to check, because I do this as well when I go to hotels, I always check the bedspreads. What you do is, on the pillow side of the bed, you just take that top sheet off the corner, like left or right corner of the bed. And you want to pull that top sheet up and pull the bed, the bed sheet off as well, like the other layer. Usually 2, and then you should have at that point the bare mattress corner, and from there you can see if there's bed bugs or not, because there'll be some kind of marks there, like a lot of dots, maybe some blood. There's gonna be some shit there. So that's that's how you check it, folks, to make sure if there's no bed bugs on that corner of the, check both corners of the mattress, pulling the sheets up, and if there's no little dots moving around over there, then you're probably good. So I've learned that just by doing reading reviews for a long time, and every hotel, even if my friends book the hotel ahead of time, I'm like, send me the hotel, and I look at reviews. And if it's shitty, then I'll be like, hey, we need to change this, because there's this. I don't want any fucking roaches, I don't want any bullshit happening. And, even if it's not the greatest part of town, I can care less. As long as it's a decent place to hang my head for a few days. I prefer it to be a little nicer if I'm going somewhere like Florida, just because, you want to feel more like a vacation than kind of feel like you're in a shit show. But sometimes you got to compromise, and then realistically, you're not going to be there most of the time anyway. You're going to be out doing stuff. So when you get home, you're eating.
Well, my thing is
I just don't want to get
the weed farm, as we'll refer to it, hotel.
Right.
I don't really care about that as long as people are minding their own business.
Right, and even those are still nice. It's just a lot of these
I worry
reviews.
more about wheelchair fucker doing one of his walking around and getting fucking killed.
Right, which I don't even think that the weed farm's in a bad area either. I just think that some people and their reviews, they expect it to be, they look, oh, there's the fucking monster, Jesus Christ. Hang on real quick. They all have shotguns. Oh, dude got accidentally stabbed with a harpoon. Did he just get shot, too? The fuck just happened?
I don't know what just happened.
Jesus Christ. The monster's wild looking.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
It's like a giant alligator.
Yes.
Good God. I don't know, that guy just got fucking shot out of nowhere. I don't know if he got shot on purpose. That dude just fucking stabbed him. That was really weird. So we got bitches leave.
That was a really gross effect, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was nice. I have no idea. I don't think he did it on purpose. Dude's pissed off. Unless that thing fucking shot something at him. Or he got accidentally shot. Van Gelder.
Yeah, it's almost like he injected him with something and then it popped out his chest.
Yeah, that was weird.
That was fucking Taco Rancho, though, I can tell you that.
Yeah. Sorry, folks, but yeah, hope you enjoyed that if you're watching at home. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, I think a lot of people, when they see it, they don't even see that it's a 2-star hotel or a 3-star. They just, because they're on vacation, they think everything should be this 5-star experience, where it's like, I mean, you get what you pay for. A lot of people don't understand that. So, you know, they're... it's always bitching about the breakfast, or it's bitching about the firmness of the pillows and the mattress and how they're not changing it every day and all this stuff. And it's like, you know, if people want the 5-star experience, they're going to pay top dollar for it. So if you're paying $300 for 4 nights, that's the kind of service you're going to get. You know, it's not going to be the greatest, but I've never really had that in hotel experience, and I've stayed at a lot of really decent to pretty nice hotels, and I've never once even considered that being part of the experience. I just,
right.
You know, honestly, I want housekeeping to leave me alone, and I just want to go sleep. You know, it's a place to keep my stuff and sleep, just like my house is. You know,
right.
I'm not trying to live in here and just be here all the time. You know, I like to be out and do things, and on vacation, you know, especially in Disney World, we're going to be at Disney World. Might go to Tampa, we might do some other shit. We're going to be out running around most of the time. And then when we get back to the hotel, it's bug-free, and we can just go to sleep. Or watch some sports, whatever we do, you know, at the time.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, the other thing I wanted to talk about is we were planning a live stream.
Oh, is that what you meant? I'm sorry.
No. I wanted to also mention that we were planning to do some type of live stream where you guys can ask us stuff, call in while we're watching something. Not sure what we're going to do, but it actually may happen that same weekend. We're not sure when we're going to do this, but we're trying to throw together a live stream thing for our anniversary. It's a one-time only deal. So, you know, it may just be us sitting there talking to no one because no one paid attention to the ad for it. But when we get it ready to go, I'm going to let Corey do his magic with social media, and we're going to get it out there and see what we can do. So,
absolutely.
I think it'll be a lot of fun. How is that guy still alive?
I think that was just like a crazy vision. Alright, well, I'm going to find some shit hotels. You know what the really shitty thing is what I'm looking up here. A lot of these hotels towards the end of this month are actually cheap as fuck right now. Like all of them are like $200.
Oh, at Disney?
Yeah. Let's see. Gotta find a shitty one here. Looking at 2-star here. Some of them, I mean, Florida's very deceiving because they look really nice, and then you click on it and they're just like not good. So let's see. Like, you know, if they have like these pool views and all this kind of stuff, and then they turn out to be shitholes, you know.
Right.
Let me see. Here you go. Days Inn by Wyndham Orlando Airport, Florida Mall. This one has 2 stars. Let's read some reviews. It's a review of 6.6. I don't know what the reviews go to. Let's see. Of course, breakfast is the highest downgrade. And the cleanliness. Oh, God. Okay, this is the very first one. It's got a 6.6 out of, I guess, 9 would be probably the highest of these reviews on Booking.com. That's what I'm using. And this is rated pleasant, which is not good. You want at least good to excellent to very good. So pleasant. Oh, God. Hang on. Here's some body horror we're seeing here.
Oh, God. He didn't decompress before he took off the thing.
Oh, that's what it is. So he just tried to escape. An escape pod thing.
He didn't decompress before...
Oh, jeez. He's bleeding out of his own face. I think he's popping blood vessels because he's lost pressure inside this thing. Oh!
Are you seeing there?
Fuck. Woo! Well, business just picked up here, kids. That was exciting. So we have bitches leave from RoboCop. He just bursted every blood vessel in his body.
I hope we don't see any more of him.
I don't think we will, because he went, underwater and went through the pressure of the deep, and he totally, decombusted. So, yeah, this is the Days Inn by Wyndham Orlando Airport, Florida Mall. It's got 2 stars, and it is 6.6 rated pleasant on Booking. So we're going to... This is the first review, and this is from April 12th. So you got on Booking, you do have to say pros and cons to the stay. So here's the pros: a lot of space, big beds, mini fridge, nice TV, sweet older Southern woman at front desk is super nice and helpful. And here's the con: found a cockroach on my bed. Pool was disgusting and green, unswimmable, which is unacceptable for an establishment whose photos mostly show off this big, extravagant pool. So there's that.
That's pretty bad.
Here's the next one. I stood there for a whole is spelled H-O-L-E, by the way. I stood there for a whole week, and when I came back every day, the room was clean. The bed was made, new soap was in the bathroom. It's an old hotel. You can expect much. The cons, the rugs needed to be vacuumed, and in the morning you could see a roach here and there. Great customer service at front office, a great cleaning room. Cleaning services are hard workers too. It's extremely noisy as few residents making unwanted noise without respecting others. Here's another one. The Spanish restaurant next door was great. The cons are lamps won't work properly, lots of wires hanging, toilet wouldn't flush, little things that I observed. This review is plain and simple. It just says roaches. And then it says roaches in bed. That's disgusting.
Yuck.
See, this is why I don't, this is why I always look through reviews, because you can have one person say there's roaches way down the line from years ago, but you want to make sure it's not a consistent thing. Because sometimes people are assholes on here because they have a bad experience. I've seen some people that are obviously out of their way trying to ruin the reputation of the hotel because they had bullshit happen to them,
Right.
So I always try to read way into that stuff, but obviously this is gross.
Hey, do me a favor. When you're done with that, look at the Weed Hotel and see if you can find anything horrific there that we didn't see.
Okay. Well, let's see. The beginning was fine. The lady who checked me in, awesome. When I checked out, said the end. What counts? What? Good thing was the price. The bad one's front desk clerk called the police on me because I told him there was roaches. He was rude. Bathroom.
So that literally is a roach motel.
It is a roach motel. I mean, that's all I see on here. Let's see. Here's a review. Good people. The bad. Bunch of cockroaches. Needs to be cleaned. I've been a customer of Days Inn for more than 10 years. This place needs to be sprayed. This is the second time. That's disgusting. Why would you stay somewhere after the first time you saw roaches? That's the stupid part.
He's probably a rewards member.
Still.
Probably got lied to that they were going to fix it.
Maybe.
I mean, I'm not making excuses for him, but I'm just, or her, but.
Okay, and this is going back to like 2020, or it seems to be clean then. Oh, nope, here's one. Property was very run down. It looked like it needed a good updating. The area surrounding seemed like a little unsafe at night. The room was very old and needed some updating, especially the carpet, which seemed very dirty. The room, even though it was very clean, smelled very strongly of cheap male cologne. Television remote did not
work. If you guys
work.
want to hear our concept album about this hotel, look for this fall for the new album from Tech Noir called Hooker Roach.
Room 150 for the night. I found 6 roaches and some little bugs. Badly need pest control. Poor free breakfast. So yeah, folks, if you're ever out in the Orlando area, do not do the Wyndham Orlando Airport Florida Mall, courtesy of Phantasm. Not recommended, unless you like roaches. Do you want me to go ahead and look at ours and see? Well, the weed.
Probably a good idea.
See the weed zone. Let's look at it here.
You're gonna have to dig deep and see if there's any bullshit,
Now, is that the Ramadan by Wyndham? Yeah, that's the cheap one. That's that one.
No, I think that's it.
That's it. Let me see. So this one's a 3-star. It is considered good, which is a 7.1. So let's check it out.
Go check it out.
Pool and breakfast buffet, plus the location was great. Front desk staff had an attitude and treated me very rude. The view from our room, some staff were friendly. Pool cafe would not let me order food. It wasn't even closed. It was 7 p.m. and they refused me service. Never had any pool towels. Had to walk back to our rooms freezing and wet. Okay for the price. See, this is the nitpicking thing. So the setting and the view, great parking, staff is great. The cons, the bed, the mattress slides, and the pillows fall between the headboard, and the pillows are too flat and small. So, fuck you, Jason, from the United States, for being a queef. Love it. Pros, everything. Cons, nothing. The property was great. Miniature golf, basketball court, exercise room, 2 nice pools, beautiful plants and landscapes and lighting. Feels great outdoors. The cons, it was satisfactory, but first room smelled like overwhelming baby powder scent. Moved to a room with squeaky bed and slow draining tub with minimal towels provided. No microwave, outdated bedding and furniture. This is probably the best one that we found the other day. Very relaxing, great location, but the rooms were outdated. The carpet has nails poking through the carpet, which is not good when you have small children running around, and the TV was tiny. So that's kind of a, yeah. The pool is not so clean as other properties I visited. I decided not to use it. The beds were very hard.
Man, that thing is raunchy looking.
Ooh. Looks like a giant alligator thing.
It looks worse than that. It actually looks like some goddamn Cthulhu shit.
Yeah, a little bit. Beds are so hard. The location is the best. The shuttles to some parks, Magic Kingdom, Universal, was a great help. Call in advance. Staff was not too friendly or too helpful. Bus services to the parks could have more spots for the bus to take you. For example, they only take you to the Magic Kingdom. Why not Disney Hollywood Studios and more times to go to the park? The restaurant wasn't open. COVID rules, no breakfast in restaurant. No hand towels in bathroom. They are rude. My air didn't work in my room and they didn't want to give me another room. I asked for the 1800 number with the staff. They responded, look at it. They were just very rude.
And this movie is super claustrophobic.
It is. I was at the facility for 4 days, hard to reach front desk, and my sheets are never changed. Bed was super firm, and they were woken up by guests in the morning. Comfortable beds.
That one dude, the guy from RoboCop, did the deep sea melt.
He did. It was pretty gross. It was awesome, though. Here we go. Smelt like weed everywhere. There was overflowing garbage cans.
AKA, which is why we call it Weed Hotel.
Yep, there's a bunch of those. I'm trying to find all the weed. Here it is. Property's location is well placed for the Disney parks. It's a little tricky to get into the property. Now, to go back here a second, this is the Ramada by Wyndham Kissimmee Gateway in Orlando, Florida. I was not too fond that no one did anything about smoking in non-smoking rooms. It wasn't regular cigarettes being smoked, and I doubt all of the young guests have medicinal needs. It was pretty cheap for one night when it comes to standard rooms of 2 beds. Loved the suites on the 8th floor. Staff is accommodating as well. I always have issues with the bathroom being cleaner, but nothing too major. Miss Kim is the best manager there. She's very understandable and sweet. Type of
Kim?
That's what it said. The type of people staying there was not the best. It smelled really bad of weed the whole week. So bad it made my grandbaby sick with his allergies. One of the neighbors somewhere playing loud music and then 5 minutes later arguing. There's some people just...
See, the scary thing is, and I'll talk about our place we stayed in Pensacola twice. When you got some layabout living there with their dog...
Yeah, it's a nightmare.
And that's the scary thing about this place. If there's some layabout living there with a dog, no one wants to deal with that shit.
In this review, they actually were referring to last time Wheelchair Fucker stayed there, back in March. It says, shady characters around the pool area, which made me and my daughter uncomfortable.
That's definitely Phantasm.
It is. The rooms are all non-smoking. However, the potent smell of weed in the hallway punched me in the face, even through my mask. Then I had to make my way back to the lobby because my key card didn't work properly the first time. The front desk clerk gave me another key card without saying a word.
Oh, shit.
They actually got out of their fucking space, their sea prison here. The refrigerator didn't work. Also, we had ants. No complimentary breakfast. Smelled musty. Plastic utensils in the restaurant. Oh shit! I think we're getting towards the end here. Oh god!
Gotta be like smiling, son of a bitch.
He's gonna blow himself up, is what he's gonna do with a flare gun here. Look at that monster. That's wild. Yeah, there you go. Don't do it, no! You gotta take one for the team there, boss. You don't want that thing getting out. Couldn't pay me to go in one of those anyway. Being fucking deep in the ocean. Fuck that. Very nice. Self-destruction. Hell yeah.
It's not as good as Smile, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. We got some nice nips there. It's a good one. Not enough for Mr. Skinless for my taste, but it's it's a good little softcore shot for you.
I'm digging it.
You want some wet nips of this film, then.
Speaking of wet nips, how long has it been since and this is on Prime, if everybody's listening, you can watch it on here. Deuce Bigelow the other night, the chick sticking her tits in that fucking fish tank for him.
Oh, that was great.
Dude, I watched that the other night. Wheelchair Fucker had told me it was on there, and I watched it. I was laughing my balls off.
I love that movie. Oh, look, he made it. Which means the monster probably did too. Yeah, the movie's great. He's like, maybe that one down there a little further. It's fucking funny. I'd say Amy Poehler is probably one of my favorite parts of that film.
There we go.
She's
The
got-
deep sea slasher.
Or she's got the Tourette's.
Did you notice Manfredini did the music for this?
Who?
Manfredini, the dude you met.
Oh, really?
Friday 13th music.
Harry Manfredini, yeah. So that's it. It's a happy ending film. Okay, well. We did it, folks.
Next, Leviathan.
Yeah. Like, well, if you want to go through the gauntlet here, we got Leviathan. I think the Abyss is on here, too. I don't know if Lords of the Deep are, but I know that is. The Abyss, yep,
I don't
right
know what
here.
that is.
I don't either. Yeah, the Abyss is on here, too, so if you guys just want to have a ball doing all these fucking deep sea sci-fi horror films, and go for it on Amazon Prime. They're geared up on here, ready to go, and they're free with Prime. So yeah, I guess we'll queue up the Tardy Brothers here for final thoughts. Doctor, final thoughts.
I just like it. I've always liked it. I don't know why I saw it at the theater. I saw Leviathan at the theater. The Abyss, by the way, and I'm not trying to be mean to anybody out there that likes it, but I never liked that movie.
Is that the... Oh, I'm thinking of something else.
No, I mean, The Abyss I don't like.
Yeah. So I was thinking of something
I
else.
like the other stuff, though. I like,
I think the Abyss... The Abyss is just slow. It's never really been like a, good paced movie for me. So I'm just kind of like...
No, it's just not a very good film, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I know a lot of people like it, and I understand, but I was never into it,
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that.
It's not my kind of thing. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I think that's a great movie.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's... I enjoyed it, first watch of it. It was a good watch. It was solid. There wasn't really... It wasn't boring. It had a pretty good pace to it. It's not like a complete, gore fest or anything like that, but that's not what it I didn't really get that from it anyway. It was a good movie overall. It just had a good pace to it.
I like it a lot.
Would I recommend it? I'm like, yeah, I'd say you should watch it. I wouldn't tell you to go buy it, but I mean, it's, it was a good watch for sure. Definitely a good pace. I will give it that. I'm looking at all these shitty 2000s movies that are on here. Jesus. Movies I forgot all about, like Sky Captain, The World of Tomorrow, The Core. There's like 2003, free turds that are on here. It's pretty cool though. But yeah, enjoyed it. Hope you all enjoyed it in our normal antics, and hope everybody's staying safe, and thank you for listening and tuning in, and hopefully sharing and liking and subscribing wherever, Facebook,
Have
YouTube.
a great Memorial Day.
Yeah, have an explosive Memorial Day with your loved ones or whatever the hell you do. I will be at work. But enjoy.
We're going to launch this on Memorial Day. I think we should go ahead and throw this one if you're feeling it.
No, we will. It's happening.
Yeah. Feels good.
Doing it. But yeah.
Actually, before we go, there is one other thing I guess I probably should do.
Okay.
I always want to thank our sponsors. And of course, our biggest sponsor is of course, Car Shield.
Absolutely.
And we're going to close it out with that.
Yes, thank you to Car Shield, and
Always looking for the brightest talent. Thank you for calling Car Shield. How may I help you?
This silent profiling limousine ride. We are dealing, so we're going to tell you that Car Shield administrators make sure you don't have to pay for expensive auto repair. Woo!
We want our employees to see this though. We encourage teamwork.
Where's my yogurt?
Thank you, Nate.
Hold on. What I have to tell you about that ad, because I had never seen the one I just played. This guy so Flair's like in this dude's house, and he's like, "Where's my yogurt?" And the guy's like, "I don't know." And he fucking chair shots at him, and he goes, "How's that taste?" I'm not watching.
You'll have to
chair shot.
You'll have to send me that when you get off the phone. You'll have to send me that ad.
Listen, he's just in this strange guy's fridge. He's like, "Where's my yogurt?" And the guy's just like, "What are you talking about?" And he's just like, he just fucking chair shots him and goes, "How's that taste?" Woo!
Well, we love Car Shield and the Nature Boy here at Phantasm. So on behalf of Car Shield, from the Doctor and I, stay fucking gory.